Good evening, and are we day 2, day 3 of self-isolation? 2, 3, I don't know, I've lost the plot already. So I said I'd do a bit of cooking at home, and tonight I just thought I would knock up a Balti. So I prepped some veg already. I put together a Balti sauce using some tomato puree, some garlic, some mixed peppers that we've blended up in the NutriBullet. We're going to cook off some onion in the pan. And this is something really quick that you can do at home. And the thing I like about doing a Balti, or a curry, same thing really, although I'm sure there's many that would argue, is the fact that you can just find ingredients in the freezer and the fridge, and you can just throw these ingredients together and turn them into something nice and special in the pan. So I'm just going to cook off some onion in here, and we're going to throw in some garlic in with it, some more garlic. I know we put some into the Balti sauce, and I'm going to also put in my ingredients, a little bit of chorizo in there. I always think chorizo is a beautiful meat to work with because it brings out a lovely intense flavour, a little bit salty, a little bit spicy, and has a nice chewiness to it, although cooking it in the pan takes away some of that chewiness. So how's your day been? What have you done with your day? We've been sorting out a spare bedroom. We went for a walk earlier because we needed the exercise because of things like this, food. And then came back, sorted out some crap, and now thought I'd better cook some tea. So I hope your day has been interesting. I hope you've been self-isolating. We did go out for some exercise earlier because I hadn't been out for 3 days and I'd already eaten my own body weight in food. And I think that's probably going to be a key thing for all of us, isn't it? We're going to be eating huge amounts of food. So I've tried to make something a bit healthier this evening as well, although I do try and eat healthily as a whole. I'm actually going to put in here as well a little bit of Pinot Noir. My recipe again, as I say, the great thing about a curry or a Balti, you can put in what you want. Good old Keith Floyd style. Glass of wine, actually I need to top up the wine. And I just thought it'd be a lot more useful to put the wine in the water dispenser. So it's already chilled and ready and you haven't got to keep opening the bottle. Oh, that's beautiful. So there we are. So we're cooking off some chorizo, some onions, some garlic. I'm now going to throw in some celery and some red pepper in there. And what will happen with that, we've got some fennel in the Balti sauce that I made up earlier on. Some ginger in there, some garlic, bits and bobs. So that'll bring a nice contrast of them together. Some of the same flavours, some different flavours. Celery is a beautiful, beautiful, is it a salad or a vegetable? I always get confused with celery. But it's a beautiful one to use in food, particularly in cooking. A lot of people use it on salads, but it's great in cooking because it gives you a nice bite and a crunch, and it's got a slightly different flavour to it as well, which is really, really flavoursome. We're going to throw in some, in fact we'll do the chicken, we'll brown off some, there's a lot of chicken here actually, so we're going to brown off the chicken in with it. Make sure you don't throw the rest of the ginger in because that will be a shock to somebody. Probably Steve, who's holding the camera, who keeps saying, don't film me, don't film me. So we're going to brown that in there. And this dish, once you've chopped everything, is really, really quick to make. We're just blending up the Balti sauce. And then we're just cooking this off in a pan. And literally all you've got to do is throw it in a pan, blast it on a full heat, nice and hot, and then cook it through. And we're going to throw some mushrooms in there as well. In fact, we'll throw the lot in, why not? I'm going to finish off the garlic in there. And for those that know me now, know that I do love to cook. If I hadn't have gone into hospitality management, I should have gone into being a chef because I love to cook. I love doing the food festivals and that sort of thing. And it's just nice. Ow! It's just nice to get in the kitchen, isn't it? And just use your culinary skills. Has anybody commented on there, Steve? No comments? Feel free to send me some hearts if you... I haven't commented. You just didn't want to speak, did you? Feel free to send some hearts and... I don't know what you had for tea. What did you have for tea this evening? And was it something ready-made or did you make it yourself? How long did it take to make? A bit poetic that, isn't it? And of course you can't go wrong with a nice glass of wine as you're cooking in the kitchen. This is a lovely Pinot Noir. No, it's not. It's a lovely Sauvignon Blanc, all the way from New Zealand. We'll put a bit more of that wine in there. Anybody who knows me knows that I like to cook with some wine. I'm going to put a little bit of cumin over the top of that as well. And the reason why I put the cumin over the dish as it cooks is it just seals in the flavour, particularly with the chicken as well. And then when you put the Balti sauce over, the sauce, it cooks in the sauce itself. So of course, we are third day into coronavirus lockdown, although not officially a lockdown. I think they were quite pleased with the way that we're all self-isolating and taking control. I did see some posts of some crazy people today, but what I am actually seeing is the posts and the memes and the different video clips of people just being a little bit crazy. You never know what's coming through next. Obviously the one that everybody's sending and making themselves at the moment, maybe I should make one, is the one where they say, there was a guy down there asked me to give him a blowjob or something like that, and he said he'll give me a bottle of Viennese, a bottle of wine or a packet of Viennese whirls, and they're like, yeah, and it's just down there, and then they show you on the camera that they've got some. I actually find that quite funny, even though it's predictable. So there we are. So literally, we're making a beautiful Balti. It's a chicken Balti, of course. If you're vegetarian or vegan, you can do it without the chicken. Quite simple. I've literally chopped everything down, put it into the pan, and this is just going to simmer away now. Just to cook up the chicken, get the heat going through the chicken, cook the mushrooms through, cook the vegetables through. And the great thing about them is they've all got different textures, and because they've got different textures and different densities, then they'll cook differently. So when you eat this, you'll get the crunch of some, you'll get the softness of some. The chicken was already pre-cooked and was what I had in the fridge, some leftover chicken, which we don't get many leftovers really. So when I say leftover, it's probably like a day. I managed to get Steve to hold the phone to do a little bit of filming on here. It almost went against everything that he stood for, to want to stand here and hold the phone. It was almost a self-revolution in the kitchen, wasn't there, Steve? But I just thought I'd do this little bit, just show you this dish cooking up. It's really simple. I don't know if everybody who's watching is any good at cooking, and Steve would have probably given me some feedback about the different comments you're making if he actually wanted to take part in tonight's video, but he didn't, and he hasn't told me anything. Any comments, Steve?
Reduce more, higher heat.
Reduce more, higher heat, that's exactly right. But it's on the highest heat I can have it on. Who's made that comment?
Robert Darby.
Robert Darby. Thank you, Robert Darby. Well, of course, you're a chef. You used to be my chef at the Nightingale for many years when we worked there as a team, an incredible team at that. Any other comments on there, Steve?
Yeah, but I don't know where they're gone.
You don't know where they've gone. You have to scroll. That's what you have to do. So if you just tuned in, I'm just doing a quick cook-off of some beautiful veg. We've got in here some chestnut mushrooms, some tomatoes, some celery, some chorizo, some chicken, some red peppers chopped, garlic, some cumin, Is that everything? Yeah. And then I made this sauce earlier on, which is some red and green peppers, some fennel in there, some tomato puree, some garlic, and some other bits and bobs in there, some fresh ginger. Fresh ginger is always lovely to work with, and of course, while this we've got all this craziness about coronavirus, it's good for your immune system as well. Fresh ginger is really, really good for your immune system, as is garlic. So to have yourself a nice curry that's quite spicy, want to make you sweat, will be really good for boosting your immune system as well. And I'm sure we all want to feel pretty protected by the right sort of foods that we're eating, and get some goodness into us. I take multivitamins every morning as well. I'm not as young as I used to be. And that's it, it's almost done. So what I'm going to do now, as that's sizzling away, is I'm just going to pour over this Balti mix that I've made. Might be just a little bit too much there, but I do like it quite saucy. And then we're just going to bring that to the heat. Just going to get the heat going through this now, and that's almost ready to serve. Are we skipping the cheese tonight, Steve, or are we having cheese with our Balti?
Cheese.
Cheese. Everything can have cheese. I was going to put some almonds over the top. Steve doesn't like almonds, so I'll just put those over the top of my dish at the end. Some almonds that I've just bashed about a bit, broke up. Because I like that, because it just gives a little bit of crunch. What I haven't got in stock in our city apartments is, I was going to say basil, the other one. The other green one, what's it called? It goes over the curry. Coriander.
Oh, coriander.
Yeah, I haven't got any coriander, sadly. So, I am actually cheating with the rice, because I couldn't be bothered to cook. But actually, for about £1, £1.20, something like that, you can buy, oh pardon, a bag of this Uncle Ben's mushroom rice, and that will take a minute and a half in the microwave. Pop it in, and that's how you knock up a really, really flavoursome and tasty meal from stuff that you've probably got in the fridge. How long have we been live, Steve?
No idea.
No idea. Oh, that smells. So you can smell the fresh spices in here. It's a Balti. It's easy to make your own sauces and the mix to go into it. It's all nice and fresh. We've got different textures in there, different densities that's going to give it that beautiful crunch, and different flavours that will burst out as you bite into each mouthful. And I'm also, a little bit of a cheeky tip, I don't know if you do this, stick your plates in the microwave for 30 seconds, and that will warm your plates up as well. I'll leave it until the last 30 seconds. So 1 minute to go, we should be dishing up. The heat's going through that. Steve's waving his hands in the background. We'll drink to that. Tea is almost complete. Cheers to each and every one of you this evening. I hope you're safe and well and looking after each other, and also sharing the love on the internet and making time for friends and family. Ow! So there we have it. If you could have smell-o-vision or smell-o-Facebook, and you could smell.
It smells amazing.
This now.
Does
Yeah,
smell amazing.
smells amazing, thank you. Well, didn't take you so long to speak then, did it, where food's concerned? And you can smell the lovely fresh ginger and garlic and all the other stuff that's in here. Even the beautiful tomato paste just gives a real rich bouquet. So here we have it. Plates are out. Ow. Careful when you take the rice out, it's very hot. Hot, hot. sure you have to let this stand for a moment, but for the sake of Facebook, I'm not going to.
Can you deliver Cash Sherman can't say?
Can I deliver? Anything for you, Cash. Anything for you. Nice to have you online. And to everybody else that's just tuned in for this quick cook-up of me in the kitchen, making this beautiful fresh Balti. And lovely natural ingredients. The only thing I haven't made is the rice, but why would you when it's all in the packet for you? Now I don't like a lot of rice, whereas Steve goes a bit better with the rice. Right, now I'm just going to swap these over, put that over there. I'm going to bring this over here. So that is about cooked now. If you can see it bubbling away, if you just get a close up there, Steve. Bubbling away, a beautiful fresh Balti. I'm going to say, besides the prep time, this has probably taken us 12 minutes to cook. I can't see how long the video's been going for. And now literally we're just going to serve it up. We'll turn the heat off there. Get the serving spoon out, and then literally we're going to portion this up. Get a nice close up of that, Steve. So we've got the celery, the tomato, the chicken, the fresh garlic, the cumin that's in there, the mushrooms, red peppers, the beautiful fresh Balti sauce with some fennel, garlic, ginger, red and green tomatoes, all whisked up in the blender. How are we doing? Voila! And there we have it. I'm going to put that one on the heat there. And this is...
Where's your almonds?
Oh. Well, you don't like almonds. We'll sprinkle some almonds on mine. There you are. My plate looks a bit dirty with the almonds on top. There it is, and I like the almonds on top because it gives an extra crunch to it as well. But there we have it. Phil's Balti surprise. It's not really a surprise. I've showed it a lot. I hope you have a lovely evening, and whatever you have to eat, I hope it's beautiful and you enjoy spending time in the kitchen, just like me. Cheers, everybody. Good night.